Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a meeting or pitching an idea, and the harder you pushed, the more resistance you felt? Check this out. Persuasion isn't about proving you're right or winning arguments. It's about planting curiosity and creating space for collaboration. In my last video, I talked about when persuasion helps and when it drains your energy. Today, I want to give you something even more practical, which I will apply to my own professional discussions this week. These are 10 persuasive phrases you can use to influence without exhausting yourself. I will discuss persuasive phrases that you can use in client conversations, team meetings, and negotiation discussions. Let's start with clients. Clients don't want to feel pressured. They want to feel heard. These phrases will help you do just that. Would you consider? Instead of pushing, you're actually inviting. It softens your idea and makes it feel collaborative. What will make this valuable for you? This shows you're not just selling, you're tailoring your solution to their needs. How does this align with your goals? This keeps the conversation focused on what matters most to them, not you. When you use these, you shift the spotlight back to where it belongs, on the client. Now, let's talk about leading teams. Great leaders persuade by empowering, not dictating. Implement these phrases for team leadership. What do you think will work best here? This question builds trust and gives your team ownership of the solution. Can we test this idea on a small scale first? This reduces fear of change and makes new ideas easier to try. How can I support you in this approach? That one phrase turns persuasion into collaboration. It shows you're invested in their success. These phrases don't just persuade, they build stronger, more resilient teams. Phrases for negotiation situations. Persuasion is also critical in negotiation. The key is to open doors, not to create conflict. What would it take for this to feel like a win-win? That one phrase alone can save a relationship and turn a deal around. If we could solve this challenge, would you be open to moving forward? It gets straight to the real objection and focuses on solutions. What alternatives have you considered? This creates a dialogue, shows respect for their thinking, and helps you position your offer more strategically. These are game changers in negotiation because they keep the conversations collaborative instead of combative. Now, here's the universal persuasion phrase. Help me understand. This works in almost every situation. Clients, teams, even personal relationships. It disarms defensiveness, opens dialogue, and reframes persuasion as curiosity. If you only remember one phrase from today's video, make it this one. So here's the big takeaway. Persuasion doesn't have to feel like an uphill battle. With the right words, you can shift conversation from confrontation to collaboration. Remember, the goal isn't to convince, it's to connect. And here's a thought I'll leave with you. Sometimes the most persuasive leaders aren't the ones who talk the most, but the ones who listen best. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who can use a few new persuasion tools. And stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll be diving into the dark side of persuasion and how overconvincing can actually hurt your credibility. Thank you so much for watching.